From the one that bought you from the ground up comes Vegas Chronicle. That street life 702. What it do? 89106. So sick with it. Boy, when it rains stupidity, it pours. Now you might ask yourself, why would he open up like that? Well, I tell you. You remember yesterday when I introduced myself with this Vegas Chronicles and I said, Kev, that's my little doggy. Remember I said that? I said, that's my little bros. Now let me ask somebody out there. Do anybody feel I said something wrong by saying that's my little doggy? Because he did. He didn't like me using the term little doggy or little bros. Like this dude is my equal. Okay, since I can't be nice to you, then I won't be. There ain't no in-betweens with me. There's one way. Now, I tried to be nice and cordial with you. And honestly, that don't work. And I'm tired of taking them type of approaches with you individuals. So, from here on out, the truth go be the truth. If you think I'm lying or saying something that's invalid, make your video and correct me if you can. And we can go live together, and then you can correct me in front of everybody by yourself if you can. But here go the truth right here. Since I can't be nice to you, here go the truth. Number one, you're not my little bros. You absolutely right, and you're not my little doggy. You absolutely right. You're a termite. You're a termite in effect. You're not even a, and I'm just being honest with you. You're not even a first generation K9. You're not. You want, and then I met you in NNCC back in '94 and '95. Everybody on the street know me and my work. Whenever you have to constantly call a person and tell a person about stuff that you've done, I'm wise enough and been in the game long enough to know right then and there what type of individual you are. Because if you was putting in work on the street, you would be known, just like every other legend, such as myself, Tony Poole, Cornbread, Spike, people like Junebug, Lil Draws, J. Lou, uh, Charlie Boy, Dread Mac, Chief Carter, Head Cutter, Mad Meats, people got names. Boo Loco, Big Wrecking Ball, Al Wack, E Wack. People got names, man. Face. See, people got names. So if you was putting in work, your name would be out there. You would be known. And I'm going to tell you something. Let's speak on Carry Arms. I'm not going back over the history that I already talked about. We know how that started and who started it. A 6-0. J-Rock, James Lee. He's still living. You can ask him. Okay, so we not going to go there. We going to go when y'all turn Black Rag. All right? When you turn Black Rag, with certain individuals there. And I'm going to go so far as to say this right here. I'm going to ask y'all a question, you Vegas cats. Okay? Out of Carry Arms, pick your top 3 hand guides. Out of Carry Arms, K9s, not alley shots or all that other K9s. I'm going to give you my top 3, and I'm going to see if anybody can best mine. Alright? My top 3 of hand guides and Carry Arms. And this only proves the authentication of it. And this when they turn Black Rag. Alright? I don't care nothing about when they was Blue Rag and all that other stuff. Black Rag. Before Terrell Pearl, who was the first K9 to go to Elko. Terrell Pearl was the first K9 to go to Elko, and then it was Jody Fitzgerald, Jody Gyro. But Terrell Pearl, if Terrell Pearl neck wasn't messed up, I put my money on Terrell Pearl in the head-up fight, no gunplay, in the head-up fight, one-on-one. I put Terrell Pearl, number one. I put Dan Loke, number two, Dennis Henderson, and I put Richie Rich Brother Doobie, number three. Or you could put them in any order you want. But Terrell Pearl, if his neck wasn't messed up, a lot of you dudes out here that's talking the way y'all be talking wouldn't be talking to him like that. Because at one point in time, his neck wasn't messed up. And half y'all that be poking y'all chests out in front of him, y'all didn't do that. Because y'all know Terrell Pearl would put you in the middle of the street and catch that ass. Buzz old Bob Green didn't want to see Terrell Pearl from the hands. Everybody know that. Before Terrell Pearl messed his neck up in prison boot camp, man, y'all wasn't trying to see that boy from the hands. And y'all already know how Dan Lowe come. Doobie OG like Terrell Pearl. His reputation solidified. Doobie solidified. But Terrell Pearl, they're top three right there. See, that's how original I am. All the parties that we threw in carry arms. All the parties. All the shootouts when Levine got popped by the West Coast Bloods. All the carnage that we caused in carry arms. When we got in the shootout with Trigger Man, Stanley them, the BTDs, over there by Anthony Webb House. When all this stuff was going on, well, hell, when Anna Lou and Drive-By Sister Nicole had that fight when Anna Lou was pregnant. And remember, security sprayed that fire extinguisher, and Richie Rich tried to duck and ran with his head down and ended up hitting that car door and left a big ass dent in the side of the door. What was you at? And I'm talking to the termite. What was you at? Now, your brother Sweat, he used to be with me and Bread over Cassandra House. When we was doing cordons at Piggy's Park, you had people out there like Stanker. His brother Killer Cole from 6-0, but Stanker came out there and got put on. You had dudes out there that was babies that was coming to Piggy Park to get put on. What was you at? How did I meet you in 1994, 95 in prison? I never, ever, ever, ever remember seeing you. See? And I even embraced you in the joint. I slammed your ass all over that bathroom. See? I wasn't going to even bring that up. And you talking about you got a slam in on my dead daddy, you didn't get a slam in. I had your back looking like the flow. When you came up there, you got slammed all over that bathroom. Your feet was hitting the ground like a sack of potatoes. I was Olympic slamming your ass. And now ask the homies, I was slamming you. And you just tried to call me the other day and make me agree on that you got a slam in. Boy, I wrestled for Nevada Youth Training Center, the independent coach. I was on the wrestling team, an athlete. What the hell is wrong with you? You couldn't do nothing with me. I high-seed your ass and all kind of things, man. So let's keep it real. You had to pass a test and then I embraced you because I didn't know you. But after I seen you wouldn't run, I embraced you. That's what homies do. But you the little homie for sure, for sure. And that's a compliment for me even saying that. The fact that I even choose to acknowledge you is a compliment because if I met you in prison, homie, that don't count. That don't count. Not to me. All them parties and all the stuff that we done been through, not just in the G's, but in carry arms, and I never met you. And I've been banging since 85. I've been banging since before K9 came out. All y'all the little homies. As far as I'm concerned, if your hood didn't exist when I was banging, if I was banging 85 and your hood came out in late 87, early 88, your hood came out right before Donna. K9s came out right before Donna under a different leadership and color. But I was already in Elko. I was already a known gang member. When y'all turned Black Rag, boy, you a termite. You a termite. You a termite. For real. I'm just keeping it 100. Okay, like, peep this. It was an incident that happened, right? Everybody remember this. See, Carl Wesley stayed over there. He stayed right below Lil Gus on the opposite end downstairs. Carl Wesley moved over there from GQ to GQ. So he was real cool with Lil Gus. So Carl Wesley was really riding with us tough. If we got into something, Carl Wesley kept a thing. He kept it in the oven. See, on a steak plate. One day we was out there and we was beating up everybody. We was in Lil Gus parking lot deep, all of us. Pokey G, Tennessee, Bobby Low, everybody was out there. Everybody, Nut, Hacksaw, everybody was out there, right? And Jody Gyro them, this when Jody Gyro was tripping. Jody Gyro them went to a car that pulled up. I don't know what was going on, but the fact that we was beating people up out there and being rowdy, the security came. And one of the security guards, before it was Calvin Murray, see, I'm talking about when it was the white boy Pac-Man. They used to have an SUV. They used to run around bumping colors. Remember that white boy? Okay, he came over there. And he had two other ones with him. Him and Terrell Pearl into it. Terrell Pearl tell him to take his belt off. He'll knock him out. They going back and forth. Jody Gyro them over here at this car that pulled up. We were in this car. Now, Jody Gyro ended up snatching somebody in that car chain off their neck. And you can tell it was some, because they started arguing, and then one of them said, I'll be back, and they pulled off. Right? So security went over there and was like, what's going on? And they were like, you know how people do what they do. They just hit a lick, and they trying to step with the pep. So security telling everybody they got to go. And Terrell Pearl, he really want that fade with security. He like, ain't nobody going nowhere. And Carl Wesley, him and this girl getting into it because Carl Wesley, I don't think been out the joint that long. So his girl trying to get him to come in the house. And the whole time all this going on, everybody yap, ain't nobody trying to go nowhere. Terrell Pearl trying to fight this dude. That same cop that Jody Gyro did whatever they did, it pulled back up. Everybody remember this night. It pulled back up. And when it pulled back up, all us tried to run in Carl Wesley house at the same goddamn time. So it's about 40 motherfuckers trying to get through one door, literally. Right? Look what ended up happening. Whoever they did that to, they came back blowing. Bloom, 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 bloom. So we run in the house. We squeeze in the house. Security take position and start blowing back. I ran and dived in the kitchen up under the table by some chairs. That's how I knew Carl Wesley had that thing in the oven. Because he ran to the oven and grabbed it and ran out the back door and started blowing out the back door. See? Now, I'm saying that to say this. Everybody out there that night was all original Ninas. Where you was? I don't, and I don't say it to embarrass you people. I say that because I'm sick and tired of people wanting me to use my platform to make them look like something they not. If I don't remember you, I don't remember you. And just because I don't remember you, that don't validate or invalidate you. That just simply means I don't remember you. And let's keep it real. Me and you, before we was in the joint, we never drunk a 40. We never spray painted on the wall. We never did nothing together, brother. I didn't know you. Everybody knew I hung around Bread. And if you didn't hang around Bread, I didn't know you like that. If Bread was in jail, I hung around people like Nag. I was in the neighborhood with Freak Dog, Face, and all them. Or I was with Bread. If I was in Carry Arms, I was with Short Dog over there over Mary Louise them house. Or with Fucky. You see? I was all around Carry Arms. I'm the one killed all them damn pigeons up over there. Swatting them with the cane. I used to walk around with the trench coat and the cane, remember? I used to swat them motherfuckers. I killed 1,000,000. I was a serial pigeon killer. I killed all the motherfuckers over there. That was me. For real. I was just as treacherous in carry-ons as I was in the G's, and I'm like confused. Like, what were you? I believe in coincidences, but not that many of them. See, coincidences, when they keep happening, they become a pattern. If I didn't see you and you wasn't there, you wasn't there, homie. You wasn't. I'm just keeping it 100. You can't say Tricky T, your big homeboy, Tony, when I was there before him. That's Donna Ray Page's right-hand man. I remember him and Tyson, his little brother, young Trey. They family from the coast. That's Ronnie Carter and Corey Carter and them people. Tony grandmama stayed in the coast on Washington. See, I knew him before he was hanging with D-Ray. I don't know what you talking about, homie. But do you get your own platform? And it's a shame people will hate you. And this is very dangerous. And I want you youngsters and any people that aspire to tell a story or do whatever you do, people will hate you for that, man. They really will, because they want you to lie for them. They want you to make them look good when they. I'm not doing that. I don't lie. And if you got to constantly call me and explain stuff to me, I don't want to hear that shit. Because what's understood need not be said. If you was about that life, you was about that life. We all know K-Dog and people like that was about that motherfucking life. We know they was about that life, no questions asked. We knew that K-Lay, when he was active, we was about that life. You know, no questions asked. When Buzzo from the block was active, he was about that life. No questions asked. So if you was about that life, you don't have to call people and explain. You don't have to call me and tell me what was going on when I was locked up. I had ears in the street. I knew that the hell was. Everybody in the pen knew what was going on. When you gotta constantly call a person and explain yourself, homie, that make you look bad. I ain't never had to call nobody and explain my situation to nobody, or explain nobody about no work that I put in. I ain't never had to do that. That's called insecurity. That's called insecurity. And you was mentored and come up under my relative Killer Can. You was taught by one of the best. But you was taught by one of the best from my bloodline. That's just keep it in the band. I feel like I never seen you in the G's ever in my life, ever. So I feel like Cam brought you to the G's, just like G-Stone brought Face to the neighborhood. I feel like Cam brought you to the G's. You could be from the arms, but I just feel like Cam brought you to the G's. Because I never seen you over there. Now, if you came out there left, I ain't got nothing, I can't say you, I can't argue with that. But when I was out there, and when I left, the G's was basically nothing but boarded up buildings, spray paint, and broken glass. Everybody was basically gone. So, I don't know how this gonna work. But tell your own story. And you can make yourself look how you want to. But this is my platform, and I'm gonna use it to tell my story and to keep it 100. I keep getting phone calls about people getting phone calls about me. That's crazy. I'm through with that, bro. Go on, man. Do what y'all do and believe what you want to believe. Y'all can huddle up and just remember, when you huddle up with other men talking about another man, I want you to really let that marinate. When you huddle up with other men talking about another man, how you think that make y'all look? When you on the phone with other dudes and y'all be three-waying and all that stuff, talking about another man, think about how that make you look, bruh. Okay? Because I'm not calling nobody talking about you. All right? And trust me, I know nothing of you. I never witnessed you put in no work. So you don't have to worry about me speaking on you, homie. Ever. Because I never witnessed you put in no work. Only work that I ever witnessed you was when we was in that bathroom, and like I said, I was down your coma a year and you was somebody else. And I'm gonna leave that at that. But moving along. You know, one thing that I wanna really get into and I wanna stress, man, uh, envy and jealousy. There's a lot of that going on in Vegas, man, just like everywhere else. You know? And it's sad. You know, I remember I used to roll around with Donald Ray Page back when he had that yellow Chevy. And me and Donald Ray Page, you know, at this point, they moved from where they stayed by Richie Rich over there at the top of Morton, and they moved over there in a circle. His father did, and me and Maine used to be up in the Turtle, and I remember me and D Ray went to the store one day to the McNair's that's over there by Northtown, by NTG Hood, in that yellow Chevy, and around this time, what you call them in Bread was tripping real tough. Torture Chamber and Bread. They ain't got into it, whatever. And I remember we went in there, D Ray went in there and bought him a hot dog. And we went up in there, and Maine, when we left, see, Maine had this big ass black 44. It was big as a motherfucker. And I was a youngster at this time. I was going a bit more opportunity. I was young. And D Ray told me to grab it. I'm like, that thing was big. It was a big old 44, right? Big black one, right? So I grabbed 44. We jump in the hoopty. I was kind of hungry and wanted a 40. We jet up there. We go in the store. We get our food. As we coming out, I see this white Cadillac. This two-door white Cadillac on Chrome McLean's. Now, I know a couple Cadillacs, but this one right here, it was very distinctive because it was this big, black, ugly, tall dude with long arms, big loony. That was his car. And when we was coming out, it was him in Torture Chamber. Two big old, look, Donald Ray didn't even have to say, she give me that thing. When we came out there, I dumped, listen, me and Big Looney had already got into it before. You know, and and he didn't like me, and I didn't like him, and Torture Chamber just, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That was a big old dude, and you know he dropped bread. I'm gonna keep it real. Torture Chamber dropped bread. He was a ferocious dude. When I seen Torture, I started blowing, boom, 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 boom. I tore everything up, man. Listen, I got us up out of there. You know what I mean? Now, I'm saying that to say this here. I was like 14, 15 years old. This back in 89. This back in 89. And when we got through dumping, we went right over there to carry arms. In the circle, the same circle Tricky T died in. Where he was. You know, look, the saddest thing about this is that people, they don't watch you because they agree with what you're saying or they want to learn. But no, they watch you because they want to wait for you to say something. How could me saying, and for instance, if I said I'm real cool with Big Devil from California, you know what I mean, and he from California, a Crip. Now if I said Devil, you know what I'm saying? If I said Devil, that's my doggy, that's my little doggy there, that's my little Brody right there. He not gonna take that offensive. If he said Demon or Sheep, that's my little doggy, that's my Brody, I'm not gonna get mad at that, because you know why? Because terminology shouldn't have that much effect or cause on your impulses. For real. This platform and all platforms should be used to help build not destroy. If we want to put our face in the screen, we should teach. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with nobody over nothing that ain't gonna get us nowhere. Because I promise you, if me and you kill each other, a foreigner go inherit our land. That's the only thing gonna happen. We done done enough killing. We done showed the world that the best killer of all killers of black men is black men. We done already showed them that. Can't nobody hate a black man more venomous and vehemently than another black man. Look at some of these platforms. Listen to them. It's gonna be people attacking me simply because I speak about bringing our communities together, accepting responsibility for the blood we shed, atoning for the stuff we did. Listen, let me explain something to you. When a mama bury her child, right? Do you know what she be thinking? You know, women are so connected to this universe. That's why they call them hurricanes. Women are so, do you know that it's so many mamas that spirituality is so strong and is so in tuned with their surroundings, that lost their babies at the hands of little black boys, that was so mad that she unleashed something that we can't fathom upon us, and we wonder why we can't go nowhere. And it ain't just us, it's everybody that didn't cross that woman. For real, we all getting our behind kicked. Whether her child got killed by unarmed police, whether he got killed through gang violence, however, whoever crossed her son, and all these women that lost their babies. And you wonder why America in the condition it is. And you wonder why black men is in the condition they're in. We ain't gonna never do right by ourselves until we do right by them. We turned our back on our sisters. We want to imitate them and be like them. We want to take their place. Imagine that. And then you got the ones that got the audacity to fix their lips that say, I don't even like dark-skinned women. Boy, that's just like you saying you don't like sweet Kool-Aid. The fuck wrong with you? Excuse my French, but I had to say that. What the? Some of y'all. Now listen. I'm not gonna go and see what Charles the White do, and I don't do that. You don't have to do that. It's the way you can get your point across without going. It's the way you can get your point across without doing what he do. Cause that's all he doing is going. That's all he doing. And every now and then you gotta give a monkey a banana, which means Charleston. Again, you go see this video one day. I want to debate you. I do. I should be easy work. You a Texas boy. You Miss Maddie's son or somebody. So you should be able to give me a good butt wiggle. I want to debate you. For real. And you can bring Dewberry, whoever, I want to debate you. You can bring whoever you want to, and it can be a handicap debate. Imagine that. We can both act stupid, or we can both act civilized. See, let me explain something to you. When we debate, just like you, I get SSI too, and just like you, I probably get a crazy check. So if I beat your motherfucking, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna work with me. But let's debate. For real, on social topics like what plagues the black community and solutions to fix it. I want to debate on them. Because my platform ain't going to be used to destroy my people. I actually love my people. And my people, when they were at their best, was actually in love with themselves at one point in time. We didn't need no gun. We didn't need no fire bombs. None of that. Everything was against us, even the President of the United States. All we had was each other. And God placing you in that same position. Because don't nobody like you now. Not even a president of the United States. Don't nobody like you. So he making it so you ain't gonna have nobody but yourself. And when you wake up and realize it ain't nobody but yourself, you gonna stop killing yourself. See? When your ancestors marched on Selma and they bust their head wide open, I'm talking about the uncut version. You know what they did? They came back the next day. When they sucked the dogs on them, they stood there and let them bite them. They sucked flesh, that water holes on our people that knocked the flesh off their skin. And y'all think y'all going through something? People, when they sat at the counters, they just came up there and spit all in our people's face. And they had to take that. See? Y'all pacified. They faced real racism. Imagine boycotting something for a year, like the transportation system, like our people did. Y'all won't boycott a half product. Y'all won't boycott them Asians. But your ancestors got you here because they was willing to take that risk and that sacrifice. So you got a platform, some you can use to uplift your people. Lord knows we don't need no more death and violence. It's enough of that, don't you think? It's like putting too much mayonnaise on a sandwich. It's enough of that. We need to try something else. Because you can't kill nobody in a way that it ain't already been done. You can't insult a woman in a way that we ain't already done it. And you want to scream Black Lives Matter. To who? It damn sure don't matter to us. Because if it did, all those rappers that's dying in y'all goddamn face, over 322 alone, wouldn't have happened. See? Them babies dying in Chicago and everywhere else, it wouldn't have happened if Black Lives Matter. It got to matter to us first before we want it to matter to other people. I'm not saying that give them a pass for killing us. No, it ain't about a pass. But in order for you to heal from an infliction, especially one that's self-inflicted, the deepest wound you got in your body, the deepest wound we got in our collective is self-inflicted. So if you want to fix the police problem, right? That's like stitching the wound up from the outside. What about the inside? You go bleed eternity. Because if you got what you wanted, and then police say, you know what? I'm gonna stop coming in your neighborhood. Would 500 blacks continue to die? Or would 600 or 700 die in? Let's talk about it. See, we have to fix the internal wound before we fix the outside wound. Let's stop the internal bleeding. Let's stop the 500, the 500, them statistics got to go. Let's stop that. And then we can focus on stopping other people from killing us. Because if they see that you don't respect yourself, why in the hell should they respect you? If they see you treating each other like feral dogs, why shouldn't they? That's an accepted way of behavior in our communities. And I'm not saying we all like that, but it's taken over. It's taken over. And enough is enough. And y'all hate people when they say, man, look, dude, the greatest threat to a black man is another black man. Y'all hate when people say that, but y'all can't prove them wrong. Y'all can't prove them wrong. The original Boys in the Hood was the Ku Klux Klan. But look at you. Just like the Klan, when they put on their hoods and they get on their horse and they go over there and they do what they do. They look for a black and they kill him. You put on your rags and your gang garb and you get your shotgun and you get in your Chevy and you go hunt a black and you kill him. Huh? The Republicans, they rock the red. The Democrats, they rock the blue. Crips and Bloods, huh? Hell, the Republicans, they considered the right. The Democrats, they considered the left. Disciples and vice lords. We imitate everything but us. That's sad. And then you mad when stuff is brought to the forefront. So you comfortable with the diet, with the Sandra Blands and the Tommy Rices and Eric Gardner. Y'all comfortable with that? Y'all comfortable with that type of stuff happening, huh? And King Vons and all this stuff and this demon music and all this stuff that we allow to go on in our communities, and babies is just dying like it's just the thing to do. And we just sit back and we argue, and we stand on the corner dressed like ninjas, arguing with white people on how they're the children of Esau, and it's still children getting their brains blew out in the streets of Chicago and elsewhere. But we want to prove to a white man that we the real children of Israel. Okay, if after you do that, then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Okay, you the children of Israel. And I guarantee you, if y'all was proven to be the children of Israel, all 12 tribes gonna become gangs. And y'all gonna be feuding. Oh, I'm a Benjaminite. Where you from? I'm a Benjaminite gangster Crip. Or where you from? Or I'm a Mnessenate Paru. That's what y'all gonna do. You ain't gonna take it and try to use it to uplift your people. Y'all wanna lace your boots up. We ain't about that. We don't wanna do that. No, that's too goddamn hard, man. I wanna live off these women because it's pimping with me. That's what you wanna do. You wanna be Dre with the AK still, huh? But can't even spell your goddamn name. Don't even know your social security number, but you Dre with the AK. Huh? Okay, yo, with the Draco. Huh? Looking barely right. Man, we gotta change the curriculum, man. We got to quit looking to these old heads that already failed us. When we go realize that the people that you look to lead you have already failed you. You people still got leaders that got perms. Your leaders were exposed as being rats for them on the mob. If Al Sharpton wore a wire to entrap the mob, you don't think he wrote wires at them black? Come on, man. Let's just keep this real. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just like anybody that's been in the game that ever got told on by somebody they just couldn't believe would do that. We let people lead us that do just that. And they leading us right to hell. What have we went since they been in the forefront? Reverend No Action Jackson, him and his fraudulent ass son, Al Sharpton, he just won't get rid of that perm. Where the other leaders at? Well, I mean, for real. We done if we don't start pushing the line. We done. I come on here and I say stuff about Charleston White, but on all seriousness, I want to debate him because he have merits. I'm not saying he right. He has merits, but he's a monkey, and you can easily teach a monkey merits. Okay, he just have to be reminded that he's one, and he'll stop buck dancing and take his rightful place among nature. Okay, but we have to. I'm serious. When I bring Vegas Chronicles, this ain't about gang violence and all. No, this is gonna be about an assortment of stuff. All right, and yeah, I talk certain kind of ways. I get emotional. It was a point in time when I didn't cry. I was heartless. That's why they call me demon. See, You looking at a man that really went there. I met the devil. I was a follower of Anton LaVey in the Satanic Church. I prayed to the 13th camp. I did all that stuff. I hated myself that much. And I met the devil. And I ain't want to play him no more. I'm going to leave it at that. All right? I'd rather be with God. I don't want to go down that road. If you tough guys think y'all that tough, take your ass down now. I've been halfway. And I'm tough. I'm tough as they come, bro. And I ain't going back down that way. And trust me, you don't want to go down that way. But if you have to be shown, because some of y'all got to find out. So if you want to go down there, go. But take it from somebody that been down there. You don't want to go. The best thing for us to do is accept harsh realities. We gonna have to take some emotional L's, meaning we gonna have to forgive. We've lost brothers, sisters, aunties, mothers, babies, etc. But we gonna have to learn and find a way to forgive. And it's gonna have to start with ourselves. Forgive ourselves individually. Even if you haven't done anything. The fact that you haven't done anything, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Alright? Learn to forgive yourself and keep it pushing. Alright? That's what I did. It's gonna be people that's not for you. It's gonna be people that still try to provoke you. And you know what you do? You let them be who they are. A snake has to exist for a reason. It does. A snake is necessary. Okay? And as venomous as it is, it can only harm you if you get close to it or let it get close to you. If you know a snake's nature, it will be just that. A cursed entity, cursed to crawl at the heels of man with a soft white underbelly. So keep a snake in its lane. Alright? When you come and you get Vegas Chronicles, you go get it right and we go get it raw. We go talk about social topics. This ain't a channel for gang violence. Yes, I come from a gang background and you go hear a lot of that. But it's going to be used to teach. Because life is about lessons. Even if it's gang banging. If you think about it, I'm going to leave you with this. If you think about everybody that died in this gang violence, and if everybody from different neighborhoods, I'm talking to people from Las Vegas, and you can be from Chicago or California, but just really sit back and just think about people that had reputations, ferocious reputations, okay? Think about the most ferocious people you know, okay? And then I want you to think about how they died, and in the way they died, okay? And then I want you to go, and it ain't got to be your homeboys, just people that had names in general, people that people were scared of. I want you just to think about how they died, and in the manner they died. And then you will begin to read the story. Because everything happened to people for a reason. It's unfortunately that we have to be taught through someone else's death. But that's life. If we see a person get hit by a car because he walked across the street during traffic, then we know to keep our ass across the street and let the traffic go. That's how you learn. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A fool learns from his own. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you with this. To the people that don't like what I'm doing, may God bless you in your endeavors. May you be successful in everything you strive to be. I'm not a hater. I'm just not interested in your BS. Okay? I never took orders. I don't have to say that. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I never took orders. Can't nobody never say they sent me. None of that. Right? Hey, look, and another thing. I ain't never washed drawers. I ain't never had no hanger stuck on my ass. None of that. How many people can say that? Don't make me mad. Yeah. See, look, watch this. See, I can do videos. And I can show my face. And can't nobody, and I'm willing to go live with anybody, prove me a lie. Listen to me. I'm willing to go live with anybody that can prove me a lie. I never took orders. I never did. I did what I wanted to do. Look what I'm doing. I ain't getting permission for this. I'm doing what I want to do, telling my life story, and they mad. And they do it look like I give a damn? So that tells you. I'm a man. I ain't in no goddamn gang. I don't got to call another man and talk about another man. I'm a man. I'm a lion, dude. You see this? This is a great man, homie. Mean I ain't got time for no bullshit. And I got a quick fuse. Okay? I'm a grumpy old lion. But I'm trying to say the Cubs, man. So I don't got time for y'all BS. Y'all can go play in the sandbox, all right? Do what you do. Get your marbles, go play. Go jump rope or something. I'm finna do this grown man stuff. You know, like when I was banging, I was doing that real sick stuff. Now I'm finna go do this real positive stuff. And if y'all don't like it, difference is you just won't like it then. Until then, God bless you. Hey, look. And look yourself in the mirror, man. And in the words of your leader, Jesse Jackson, I want you to tell yourself, you are somebody. Okay? Say it with me now. I am somebody. One more time. I am somebody. Now lick your lips and go lay your ass down. Until then.